Hello, everyone. I'm Aishwarya from FitBudd's marketing team. Thank you for joining us today. Before we begin, please allow me to give a brief introduction of FitBudd for those who might be new here. FitBudd helps you grow your fitness with business with the power of your own branded app. We also give you a dedicated and customizable website on your own domain. Beyond usual day to day operations, our platform is the only tool you'll need to seamlessly run your fitness business and build a robust digital brand. We also offer a 30-day free trial, so you can schedule your free demo with our expert using the link shared in the chat. Moving on, I'm excited to introduce Asia, our expert presenter for today. Asia is a certified personal trainer and nutrition coach with over 5 years of experience in fitness industry. She specializes in high ticket programs, started with in-person training and now thrives in online coaching. She's here to share strategies that helped her grow her business, build stronger client connection, and turn social media into a client magnet. So, without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to Asia. Over to you.
Hi, thank you so much. I am honored and happy to be able to share some insights in my experience that I've had, like not only with FitBud, but over the past 5 years of training, because I've tried it all. And so, yeah, I'm happy to share the experience and hopefully give you guys some insight and tools that you can take to use in your business. So I will share my screen with you all so you can follow along with the presentation. So if you are able to take notes, you can take notes. Or if not, there will be a replay and you'll be able to watch it back. Okay. Okay, so again, I'm Asia. I have been a personal trainer for the past 5 years. So my journey started a long time ago. I was a high school and collegiate athlete. But after that career was over, got married, had children, was still very active during my first pregnancy. However, during my second pregnancy, I just kind of decided not to do any of that and to enjoy being pregnant, but that also came with a lot of weight gain. And so it was during that process where I started to document my progress on social media, really just as a way to hold myself accountable, because I knew if my friends and family and the people that I knew, like if they didn't see me post the day in the gym, like they would be, in my inbox, like, hey girl, what's going on? So I use that as a way to hold myself accountable, not knowing that I was really encouraging and inspiring other women around me who were in the same age group, who were also postpartum and really struggling with kind of getting back to themselves. And so I decided to become certified and I started training in 2020. I began training at a commercial gym in my area just to really get my feet wet and to understand the foundation of training, to find my voice, to find my training style. And as my page started to grow, as I posted more, I began acquiring clients online, via online. So they would still be in-person clients. And from there, I would post daily on my page. And in 2021, my page grew and I started to focus on scaling my business. So I knew that with in-person training, there was only so much that I could do. There's only so much time in the day and you're one person and you can only see so many people. So I knew I had to scale. So at that point, I started selling PDF workouts. I would host challenges. I've worked with other platforms to, try to do an online program. And honestly, by far, FitBudd has been able to provide all of the things that I need as well as what my clients need. And it's been a great additive for my business. In 2023, I moved away from selling PDF workouts and doing the challenges because I found, at least for my business, like although they were great for that short time, those clients, I didn't retain them. Like they would just come and do the challenge, or they would buy the PDF workout, but that was it. There was no follow-up with them. There was no connection with them. And so I transitioned into high ticket online coaching. So now I do one-on-one coaching via online and in person. So it's a hybrid model. But my online coaching is it's one-on-one, very personal. I talk to my clients every day. We speak on Zoom once a week, but it's at a higher ticketed price point. And so today, what we will go through, the key points that we'll hit are how you can do this for your business. So whatever business model that you choose, we're going to cover how to lay that foundation and to be able to leverage social media to help you grow your business. So we'll go through establishing your brand, understanding what your brand is and who your target client is. So really understanding who you're speaking to through your content, establishing your content pillars, creating the content that will speak to your client, and then we'll go over any questions that you may have. Everybody good? If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the chat, and I will go back and check the chat for those questions. I'll take a pause after each segment just to make sure that everybody is up to speed. Okay, so the first thing that we will go over is establishing what is a brand, right? So when we think about brands, we think about big brands like Nike, Lululemon, Apple, right? So your brand is your identity. It's like the personality of your business. It's the foundation, who you are and what people think of when they hear your name, they see your logo, they see your website, they see your face. What do they think about? What do they feel when they see that? Right? So some big examples, of course, again, are Nike, Apple. Think about what feeling you get when you see that logo. What do you think about? Like, how do they communicate with their target audience? Okay, so that is the foundation. We want to establish that. Once you have defined your brand, now you want to determine how you're going to speak to your clients. So what is your brand's tone? Are you friendly and approachable? Are you motivating and empowering? Are you that professional expert that is just giving facts? This is important because once you start to create your content, you want to speak in this tone. And you also want to make sure that the tone that you are speaking in connects with your target client, right? So if your target audience is someone who needs someone who is a little bit more approachable and friendly and calm, speaking in a very assertive and aggressive voice won't connect with them, right? So you want to make sure that the tone that you choose connects with your target audience and your target client. Make sense? Perfect. Okay. So once we've established that, now you want to focus on your niche. And I know if you have, been a part of any other marketing calls or been, reading any information on building a business, I'm pretty sure you've come across a niche, right? So what is a niche? Your niche is your very unique offering, right? So what do you specialize in? And some people are on the other side of this and believe that you don't need a niche, but when it comes to fitness especially, it's really hard to acquire the client that you want trying to be everything to all people, right? Because there are very specific needs that people need in this industry. So you really want to establish what is your niche, right? So do you specialize in weight loss for women who are over 40? Do you specialize in holistic fitness? Do you specialize in fitness for seniors? Is it yoga? Is it postpartum? Like, you really want to identify what your realm of expertise is, and focus on that. Okay. So why does that matter, right? You want to attract your ideal client, that client that you will be able to retain, that client that will pay you for your expertise and your knowledge and your ability to deliver results for them. It reduces your competition. So again, trying to be all things to everybody. Your circle is so broad. So defining that, although it cuts down your pool of people, it really targets them and it gives them a straight path to you, right? So the way that you identify your niche is first understanding what is it that you do best? What do you are you an expert in, right? What can you deliver at the top level? So that could be what you're passionate in, what you had experience in doing in the past, or kind of how your journey has gone and led you to the point that you're at now. Like, that could be your niche. For me, I know that because I started after having 2 kids and I worked in corporate and I was over 30, like, I knew that I could speak to that person because I was her, right? So speaking to her became very easy for me. Also researching market demand, so understanding what is in high demand right now can help. If it's something that you're not comfortable in, I wouldn't force it, but understanding where that demand is will absolutely help you figure out your niche. And then understanding what your client needs. So again, for me, like, I know that my client, she needs structure because she is a business owner. She works in corporate. So that structure is something that she needs, and that she lacks on the health side of her life, right? So she needs that structure. She needs someone that can be relatable to her, that understands her pain points, whether it's her being a mom and trying to juggle all of the hats of that, plus being a business owner, working in corporate, whether she's a wife or a partner, trying to juggle all of those hats. So really understanding your client needs and will help you define your niche. Any questions so far? I know we're kind of going through this quickly. I want to make sure everybody is up to speed. Awesome. Okay, so some examples of niches, again, are weight loss coaching, and even that can be broken down even further. Who are you helping to lose weight? A girl that is 22 and in college, that is going to look a lot different from a woman who's in her 40s and has kids, right? Like, their lives are different, their mindsets are different, their pain points are different. So really even breaking that down further. Strength training for women, again, that can be broken down further to age, demographic, lifestyle. Fitness for seniors, are you athletic performance or are you training athletes? These are all really good examples of a niche. Well, okay. So you figured out your brand voice and the tone that you're going to speak through. You've established the sector of the fitness and wellness community that you're going to target. Now we want to define, who are you speaking to, right? Who is your ideal client? That client that will pay you the money for your expertise and to deliver results, and that client that will show up. Because I'm pretty sure if you all have been in this industry long enough, you probably had clients that either didn't, they didn't adhere to the parameters of your program, or they were flaky. Like, you want that client that will show up and that will complete your program 100% and be all in, right? So you want to define their demographics, their age, their gender, where they're located, their income level, what are their interests, their values, their lifestyle. Are they very health conscious? Are they busy professional? Are they faith-based? Do they have activities outside of their profession? Their behavioral traits. So what are their goals, their habits? What are their pain points? What do they really struggle with? That is going to be key when you are speaking to them through your content. Okay. And then figuring out like what good and bad habits they have and what their goals are. So an example, your ideal client is 30 to 45-year-old woman looking to lose weight after pregnancy. Like that is very, very specific. Or maybe you're looking to train 18 to 25-year-old college athletes. Or maybe you're looking to train high school athletes. Maybe you are a 20-something-year-old man or woman and you're looking to help, college age people, men or women, to really lay the foundation for their health and fitness journey. Like those are very specific people that you want to target in your content to make sure that you are attracting your ideal client. Cool. Okay, so the way that you're going to do this, first, you're going to identify what are their pain points. So what are the challenges that they face? Some examples are, is it lack of time? Do they have a limiting belief? So do they believe that they can't do it? Are their day-to-day, whether again, they're a parent, they're a mom, they're a dad, they're working all day, they have obligations outside of that. Do they feel that stress of their life is preventing them from focusing on their health and fitness goals, right? Do they just not know what to do, right? Do they just lack the knowledge? Do they lack structure? And it could be multiple pain points. There isn't just one, right? So figuring out what those pain points are for your ideal client is key, right? And then on the opposite side of that, understanding what their goals are, right? So do they want to lose weight? Do they just want to be overall healthy? Are they trying to, maybe they have diabetes or have gone to the doctor and their doctor has told them they have high blood pressure. And so they need to get active and lose weight to reduce their health conditions. Do they just want to improve strength? Have they maybe had a hip surgery or a knee surgery and now they want to improve their health from there, right? So establishing what their goals and desires are. And then how does your offer give them a solution to their problem? So you want to be very specific here, okay? You don't want just a generalized, I just help you lose weight, or I just give you a nutrition program. You want it to be very specific to what their pain points are and what their goals are. Okay, your offer has to be the outcome that they want in order for them to trust and believe that you can deliver results. Okay. All right, so once you've established that, you want to, again, determine what limiting beliefs do they have. So common misconceptions that they have surrounding fitness. I know for my client, I hear a lot that they are afraid of lifting weights because they don't want to look manly. Like, I'm not sure where that came from, but I hear that a lot when I have my consultations, and I have to reassure them and affirm them that that will not happen, and that, that toned look that they want requires them to lift weights. And so that belief that they'll get bulky is just is crazy. So Really understanding your client, your ideal client, and knowing what misconceptions they have surrounding fitness. Maybe they believe they don't have time for it. But as you speak to them, you can identify where they can make some adjustments in their schedule, or reassuring them that they don't need to spend 2 hours in the gym. Maybe it's they start at home for 30 minutes and you help them work their way up to going to the gym. Maybe they're afraid to go to the gym. I've also had that. Quite a bit of my clients, they have gym anxiety because it's something very new to them and they don't know how to navigate the gym floor, and they feel like, well, if I can't go to the gym, then I can't work out, right? So helping them reframe their mindset around that, because that is our job. Like, it's not just the physical part that we're helping them navigate through, right? Like, we are helping them change their mindset surrounding their health overall and what they believe that they can do and what they believe that they can't do, right? Because helping them change their mind will help them change their habits. And those habits is what helps them keep their fitness journey and the progress that you will help them make. That's what will help them sustain that, even past them training with you, right? Like that is our job, to set them up for success for the long haul, right? So you want to reframe those challenges that they have. So a good example is helping clients believe that they can achieve their fitness goals regardless of their age or time limits. Okay. All right. So you've established your niche. You figured out your brand voice and how you're going to show up on social media, like what tone of voice you're going to speak through. Now you want to solidify your offer. You figured out what their pain points are. You know who your client is, your ideal client that you want to speak to. Now you have to set an offer that they cannot refuse, setting an offer that speaks to the solution that they're looking for. Okay, so this can look several different ways. And I have tried all of them, except for the workshops and webinars. I know a lot of coaches, they host lives, but I have tried these all. So again, I started off with online courses and programs, and they were very generalized programs. So a structured, whether you decide to do a 4-week, ab program, or an 8-week program for after the holidays, and helping people like jumpstart and get back on their journey. So you can choose to structure your offer in that way, or you can offer group coaching. So whether that's online or in person or both, whether you can choose to do a hybrid model. I know FitBudd, they do have an option where you can host live group coaching. So if that is something you're interested in, then you can definitely reach out to the team and figure out how to get that set up. Or you can do one-on-one coaching, again, whether that's in person or online. I personally do a hybrid model. So my in-person clients that I see, they still utilize my app. I'm able to track their nutrition through the app. I give them workouts to do on their own outside of meeting with me through the app. So although we meet in person, they are still utilizing the online portion of my program. And then of course, my clients that I see online, they are strictly just online. We meet via Zoom once a week to recap. You can host workshops and webinars. I would personally choose to do the workshop and webinars as a way to attract your clients. So whether that's you going live or you hosting a webinar like this and you're promoting it as a free event for people to show up, and you can, choose whatever topic you want to talk about, whether it's, helping them figure out how to structure their workout, or talking about fat loss and how they can achieve fat loss, right? Like, think of a good general topic to cover. And at the end of that webinar or live, you put in your offer, right? Because now you've given them free information. They've been able to hear your voice, see you, kind of establish some trust level with you. And at the end of that, you can send out what your paid offer is for them. And then the last option are memberships. So you can do a subscription-based model. So whether, you have your branded app or, general app, and you offer a monthly subscription, whether that's $25 or $50. You can also choose to do a tiered option. I tried that in the past as well. So if you have multiple things that you offer, so say you have that general workout plan, right, that you've created in your app, and that's the first tier. So someone could subscribe and get access to that for, X amount of dollars, $9.99 for an example, right? And then your middle tier, now you've added a nutrition plan on top of that. So now they're getting a workout plan and nutrition, and you can sell that for $20 access a month. And then your top tier, maybe it's now you're customizing that workout plan for that client, and you're customizing the nutrition plan for that client. And that dollar amount is 50 plus, right? So you can tier your membership options based on, what offer that you have. The only thing with memberships, you have to remember, in order for you to, whatever dollar amount that you've set for your monthly revenue, you would have to acquire a lot of clients for that to sign up. So you want to make sure that you price it based on what your monthly revenue goal will be. That makes sense. Cool. Everybody following so far? Awesome. Okay. So of course, you want to make sure that you tailor your services to your niche, obviously, right? So you don't want to have a program that is for women to lose weight in their 40s, but your niche are women that are 25 to 30, right? Like, you want to make sure that your offer aligns with your specific audience, because if it doesn't, then they're not going to buy into it, right? Because it's not for them, and they're going to be confused as to what services you offer, right? And so we went over that, how to package your services. So you can do tiered pricing with your memberships. You can also do bundles. So maybe if you're not going to do the tiered and you just offer workout programs, you can bundle your nutritional guidance on top of that and package that as your offer. But again, I would highly suggest that you have one good solid offer. I would not try to do memberships and do one-on-one coaching and do bundles. Like, I would focus on one really good offer. That way your client knows exactly what they're buying into, and it's very clear. Okay. Okay, and now you want to emphasize what your unique selling point is. Like, what makes your services stand out? Because it feels like this industry is, it could be saturated, but it's not, because there is someone out there for you. And it's not, yes, they are buying your program. Yes, they are coming to you, to help them with the goals that they have. But really, they're buying into who you are, how you show up on social media, how you speak to them. If they are able to relate to you and trust you, like, they are buying into who you are as a person, and they are trusting you to help them get to their goal. So figuring out what your unique approach is to that, again, will just speak to your target client even further and help you get quality clients. Because we want quality. Having a bunch of people, show up and not follow through means nothing. You want to have quality clients that will show up and that you are able to retain. Like, that is how you're going to be able to build your business and continue to scale by having quality clients that show up and that you are able to keep. Okay. All right. So you've established your brand. We've got your niche down. You know who you're speaking to. And now it's time to make your content. And so this part can probably feel a little overwhelming or a lot overwhelming because social media is just that. Like there's a bunch of stuff out there and you're probably thinking, what should I be doing? This is where content pillars come into play. Okay, so if you're not familiar with what content pillars are, they're basically the main theme of how you speak to your audience through your content, right? So tapping back into your brand voice, it helps you lay the foundation of what your content strategy will be. Okay, so there are 4 key pillars typically that we stick to, and they are, so the first one is being educational, right? So educational is basically like you giving key points, like fact-based information, right? The second one is relatable. So you sharing your story or you sharing client testimonials, right? So people see that and they can be like, I relate to that. Or maybe you've shared something in your story and, they've said, I've lived that life, or I am living that life. Like she is me, or he is me. Like I feel that. And it helps them understand, helps them believe that you understand what they're going through, right? Entertaining, which I feel like is most of social media right now. So those quick, short, using trendy audio, it makes people laugh. It's shareable content. So this is the content that when we say go viral, that is typically, it falls under entertaining, right? And then inspirational. So again, that kind of lends back into being relatable too. So you can share your testimonial, you can share client testimonials. If you have good quotables that you can share, or just maybe you're doing a voiceover and you're giving some very inspirational feedback, like that will fall under inspirational. Okay, so once you've understood those content pillars, you want to establish which one of those pillars, between like 2 or 3 of those pillars, which one does your brand voice fall under, right? So if going back to the brand voice, maybe you are friendly and approachable, right? So 2 very good content pillars that you can stick to are being relatable and inspirational, right? Maybe you are showing up as a professional and you're an expert. You can fall under the educational content pillar, right? Because you give solid facts, right? So you want to determine the 2. I would pick between 2 to 3 content pillars to stick to that aligns with your brand voice. Okay, so some really good examples of educational, right? You can make a post about how to create a workout plan, 5 good eating habits, the best way for fat loss, or you can do demo videos for like form, right? Like the proper way to squat or the best way to do Bulgarian split squats. So that would be your educational content, right? Inspirational, to motivate and encourage. So again, you can share a client transformation story. You can talk about overcoming fitness challenges. You can, and it can be either your client, you can speak through the voice of your client, or you can share your own story and how you've, overcome challenges, right? And that falls into being relatable, right? You can also do a mini vlog, so showing like behind the scenes of showing the real of like how your workouts go or how your day goes. Like maybe, again, like for my ideal client, she's a mom. She is either corporate level or a business owner, right? So her day-to-day is hectic, and she feels like she doesn't have time to work out, or she doesn't know how to fit that in her life. That is my life as well. So me sharing the behind the scenes of how I make it happen, she can see that and say, she's going through what I'm going through, and she's able to do it. Like, I see myself in her, right? So that's a good example of being relatable and entertaining. So think of something fun, lighthearted, very catchy, a really good, easy way to do like an entertaining or a quick shareable post. Pick a trendy audio that is like 9 to 10 seconds that just loops, and then find a clip in your phone, whether it's you in the gym or you in the kitchen, like some B-roll video, and then type whatever message that you're trying to relay in that content, put text over that video, right? And so now it's become a looped video, and people are going to watch it and they're going to read it because they probably won't get it in the first 8 seconds, right? But the key is to make sure that that message that you put over that video is something that people will get right away. And whether they're like, oh, that's funny, or oh, I get that, or oh, like I feel that way, that's me. And then they'll share it, right? Whether they share it to their stories or they share it in, their group chat. You want to be quick, straight to the point. Cool. Okay, so again, determine what pillars speak to your brand voice. Okay, you want to make sure that they are aligned. If your brand voice is friendly and approachable, and that's how you speak, you want to make sure that that voice and that tone falls under those pillars. If you are straight to the point and you're giving facts, but you show up, dancing on social media, your client may not take you seriously, because your client is coming to you for professional expert advice, right? So you want to make sure that you show up on social media to attract your ideal client. And you want that to align with who you are in real life also, because again, you are speaking to these people, of course, depending on your business model, you will be speaking to these people one-on-one. So you don't want to show up one way on social media and then they speak to you and they're like, this is not the person that I saw. You want to be true to who you are and keep the integrity in your content, okay? Because at the end of the day, we are building a business, and the point is to grow your business and not just to get views. So you don't want to just post things just for it to try to go viral, and it goes viral, and now people equate you to what went viral, and that's not really you, right? So you want to keep your integrity. Again, always speak to your ideal client. Always, always, always. Know how they speak, know how they communicate, how they read text on a screen. Like, you want to speak to them as if they're sitting in your living room. Okay. And then include a call to action. So whether that is going to the link in your bio to book a call with you, or sending you a DM, so you can start that conversation with them in your DMs. Or maybe you are hosting a challenge and you want them to sign up for your challenge. So always include that call to action in your caption. And then once you post that, share it to your stories too. Because the people that watch your stories are the people that are invested in your content. A lot of people, like, getting those views and scrolling past on your timeline is cool. However, the people that watch your stories, one, they might have missed it on the timeline because, it's competing with so much other content out there. But if they see it on your stories, they're invested, right? And so post it there, and share it as much as you can on your stories, so it'll reach the people who are truly invested in the content that you're creating. Okay. And so these are some really good examples of the type of content that falls into your content pillars. So educational. So in the video, the screenshot here that you see, I literally just put my phone up on the holder in my car and just gave some educational facts, right? Sometimes like my clients just need to hear the hard facts, right? And so speaking in front of a camera and being front facing, they see me in my coach's hat, right? So not just posting my workout in the gym and doing what I do, because they might be intimidated by that. But seeing me speak in front of a screen, it's like I'm talking to them, right? So now I'm showing up as a coach on social media and not just a quote unquote fitness girl, right? Like I am here to help and educate. And so that was a good example of an educational post. Quick and trendy content, of course, again, short, engaging videos, voiceovers. So again, whether it's a mini vlog, a behind the scenes, or maybe you are working out. It's a video of you working out, but you have a voiceover where you're just speaking to, how you're feeling and how you've been able to overcome some challenges and how you navigate throughout your day. Like whatever speaks to your client, you want to show up as much as you can with either them seeing your face and speaking or just hearing your voice. Okay, because if you only stick to like the quick and trendy content or just showing your workouts, that doesn't lend to you being a coach, and it doesn't lend to you being the person that they can go to get the help that they need, right? So you want to show up as a professional and as an expert in the field, in your niche, right? In the field that you've decided to hone in on. Okay, so keep that in mind. I know it might be uncomfortable. It was very uncomfortable for me at first. I'm like, I can make a quick video and my workout and post that. I can do that. That's comfortable. However, being comfortable is not going to help you grow your business. So working outside of your comfort zone, and again, just keep it front of mind. You want to show up as a coach because that is what you are. You have a business and you are the expert. So you want to show up in that way as much as you can on social media. Okay, so that will conclude the presentation. I hope you guys were able to take some really good notes.
Asia, before we jump into your questions, let
Yeah.
me quickly introduce FitBudd to those who
Yep.
might have joined late and don't have access to the platform yet. So, in summary, FitBudd helps you grow your fitness business with the power of your branded app. Our platform is the only tool you'd ever need to seamlessly run your fitness business and build a robust digital brand. For those interested in experiencing FitBudd firsthand, we offer a 30-day free trial. To explore more, please schedule a demo with our team using the link we've shared in the chat. Now over to Asia for the Q&A session. If you guys have any question, you can drop them in the chat.
I do see one question. So the question is, how do you set yourself apart from the high number of other trainers doing the same thing or having similar customer avatars and doing it for less money? And how do you demonstrate your unique selling proposition? That's a really good question. One, you want to figure out like what your brand voice is, right? Like you don't want to think about what everyone else is posting and who they're trying to target. I'll give you a really good example, and this happened today actually. So this is a really good question. So there is another trainer in my area she has more followers than me, which doesn't matter at the end of the day, but she has more visibility, I'll say, right? And we kind of have our clients kind of overlap, although she's a bit younger. We have some overlap of clients. And my client this morning, her friend trains with this girl. And the feedback that I got is the way that she speaks to her clients isn't motivating and inspiring, and it doesn't help. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, like we're competing. But in actuality, my client is like, well, the reason why I love you is because you help me. And if I, make a mistake, you don't beat me up over that mistake. Like you keep encouraging me and you tell me it's okay, we'll focus on the next day and just build from there. So the way that you differentiate yourself from other trainers is being true to who you are and speaking through your voice and showing up as you on social media and with your clients, because that matters to people. And you may not know if they're talking about it or not, but they are. And word of mouth spreads really fast. So always show up as yourself and be true to who you are, and that'll separate you from other clients. As far as doing it for less money, you don't want that client that's going to pay $20 for training anyway, because they're not going to be as dedicated to that program if they're only paying $20. Like that person that will pay you $500, $1,000, $2,000 for training, they're going to be committed and they're going to take it serious because they've spent a pretty good amount of money with you, right? So I wouldn't worry about trying to target people who are only paying, $20, $30, $50 for a program, because they're not going to retain those clients anyway. So I wouldn't even worry about them. The way that you figure out what your unique selling proposition is, what's your niche? So what is your sector of fitness that you are targeting, and what offer do you have that is going to be the solution to their problem. A really easy example: women that are postpartum, most of them want to get rid of what they call their mommy pouch, right? Or they want to just feel better after having children. What offer do you have that's going to give them that solution? How is your program going to give them that solution? Like that's your unique selling proposition, your unique selling point, and you want to speak to that person every time you post. Okay, makes sense? Cool. Any more questions? That was a really good one. Really good question. And two, like, again, it doesn't matter like what your business model is, like whatever you find works for your business, like stick to that. There are so many ways that people are doing online coaching today, like again, whether it's membership, subscription, whether it's high ticket, like one-on-one coaching, that does take a lot of work to acquire that client. But it's worth it. It's so worth it. Do you have a formula to posting? Yes. So I used to post every day, not so much anymore. Right now, my formula or schedule to posting, I try to post at least 3 days a week. Because you, at least for me, like I felt like I was kind of a slave to social media, like feeling like, okay, I have to post today. I have to post today. And it really kind of just muddied the water. Like my content wasn't as sharp because I felt this obligation to post every day. So right now I post at minimum like 3 times a week. If you are able, if you know how to go into your insights, go to your insights and see what times of the day that your audience is most active on social media. And so given that time, I would try to post like an hour, half an hour before that time. That way, so say it's 2:00 and they're most active at 2. Post at 1:30. So once they're on, your content is already there for them to binge. As far as like any other formula, no, I'm getting better at it. I used to like have a really good schedule of content for the month. Now with just my schedule getting busier, I have at least a week. So for this week, I already know what I'm posting. And then I've gotten to the point where I have so many videos in my phone. I just clip up old videos. Like, don't feel the need to like record every single time you're in the gym. Reuse the content that is in your phone, because 9 times out of 10, nobody is going to know that you used that last week. Okay. So make it easier on yourself and just refurbish old content. I do follow back on Instagram, so you can absolutely message me, ask me any questions. I love connecting with coaches and new people. So yes. I do not do Google ads. However, next month I am starting Facebook ads. I am not the expert yet to give you really good insight on that. I have ran ads before in the past, but with Meta changes every year, it feels like. So once next month comes around and I start rolling in ads, maybe I can come back and give you guys some insight, some better insight on that. I'll be honest, I'm not like, I know a good chunk of it, but to give you like a good deep dive into it, I'm not there yet. Do you mind sharing your pricing structure? Do you have tiers? What's your pricing structure? And do you set up a call with clients before they book? So yes, I don't mind sharing. So with my one-on-one coaching, I have one offer. That one offer is $2,000 for 12 weeks. That's it. Now I do offer payment plans for clients who, need that, but that is my offer. That's it. After that 12 weeks, then we talk about what it looks like from there going month to month. But for the most part, all of my clients just re-sign and pay what that monthly is, that $2,000 broken up monthly. I used to do the membership. I'll be honest, it did not work for me, because for what my monthly revenue goal is, I would have to have like at least 500 people to be subscribed, and it's a lot harder than it sounds. Like thinking, oh, I can just have a $25 app subscription, and you think people will sign up for that. It's a lot harder. Like taking the time to nurture your ideal client and talk to them and build that trust, although that process might be a little bit longer, it's worth it in the end. Yes, I do set up a call with clients. So I have a consultation. I call it a discovery call. I have that call with them. I take them through like a trial period. And then I have a follow-up call where I sell them on the program. That way they get their feet wet. They know what they're getting into. They get a little bit of insight of, okay, this is what I'm going to get with her. They've built that trust and they're better equipped to make a decision. How can I adapt and apply these tools to build my brand and expand my reach in other industries outside of fitness and wellness? I would be curious to know what industry, are you currently in fitness and wellness and you're trying to expand, or are you not in fitness and wellness and you want to apply these tools to that? If you can give me a little bit more insight, I would love to hear. Do you think it's best to charge a monthly or annual subscription for other services within the app? Good question. I've done both. So I had a monthly subscription and I also offered an annual. I'll be honest, I didn't have too many people like buy an annual subscription. Most of them chose monthly. But I think that just lends to their dedication. Like someone who is going to subscribe to an app may not be as, it depends on, again, what your offer is. Like if it's just them signing up for your app and they can just access workouts that you have in there, and there's no touch point between you and said client, they're not going to feel that, like there's no accountability there. You you don't know whether they did the workout or not, so their level of dedication might be very, very low. So that really depends on, again, like how you have your program set up. If they know that you're gonna, check in with them and hold them accountable, then they'll be more dedicated to that. How do you market yourself as a high value trainer as a beginner in online coaching? Very good question, Danielle. For me, I didn't get confident in selling online coaching until I had some tangible, like in-person experience. Like I had to lay the foundation again of my training style. I had to get comfortable talking to people. Like I'm very introverted. Like me talking to people, like talking to random people was never my thing. So I had to get comfortable in being able to lead and coach people. And the only way that I was able to do that is by training in person. And once I was able to like lay that foundation and I got confident in that, then I transitioned to online coaching. But if in-person training is something that you just absolutely don't want to do, which is fine, the way that you market yourself as high value is really just being confident in whatever sector of fitness that you are, what your niche is. So showing up as an expert and speaking confidently as such, because no one knows like that you're a beginner. Only you know that, right? Like it's not like you're broadcasting it from the hills like, hey, I'm a new coach, and only you know that. So as long as you show up confidently and speak confidently through your content, that is going to position you as high value. Okay. I do not use any apps for scheduling posts. I've tried it. It's just not my thing. The only thing that I will do is I just create drafts in Instagram. Like I do for editing my videos, I use Splice. So Splice and CapCut. So I'll edit my videos, upload it to Instagram. Because for me, the caption always takes the longest time. I don't know why, but writing a caption takes the longest time to do. So I'll upload all of my edited videos into Instagram as drafts. That way, when it's time for me to post, I can go back and, make sure everything is good and just hit post. We can't do payment plans via FitBudd. So I use Stripe for payment plans. I would reach out to FitBudd because I believe you can do payment plans. You can set up monthly reoccurring payment plans if that's what you're talking about, or maybe if you're speaking about like a high ticket offer and you want to break that up, you can do that through Stripe, because that is the integration that I use for payments. Oh, perfect. She left it there. Good. Do I tell them the price on the initial discovery call? Only if they ask. Most of them do not. Although I did have a girl yesterday ask me what the price is, but typically I do not. So on that discovery call, it's really just me getting to know them. They get to know me. I figure out what they're struggling with. And I really just talk to them about, okay, what plan can we put into place to help you? And then I take them through a trial period of my online coaching program. Toward the end of that period, we get back on another call. And I set it up as a follow-up call, although it really is a sales call, but like, I don't say, hey, we're going to get on a sales call. It's like, hey, let's get on a call. Let's go over your week, tell me how, how your workouts went, how your eating is, like how you feel throughout this week. We go over that. And then I say, cool, all of that's great, yada, yada, yada. So, how do you feel about moving forward? And then I go into sales spiel. Do you use individual meal plan or macros? I used to do the macros. However, my clients, they want to know exactly what they want, what they need to eat. So I use individual meal plans. And I try to stick with that plan for at least a few weeks, just for them to establish some discipline, right? Like, I try not to change it up too much, because again, a lot of them, like, this is new for them, the way that they're eating. So I try to stick to that for at least a few weeks before I start making any changes. But a lot of times too, like, my clients, they'll send me pictures, or they'll ask me, hey, can I eat this? I'm like, yep, that's good. Or nope, take that out. And I'm able to keep track of their nutrition that way. How do you handle retention of peak season clients who may not stay motivated through the year or throughout the length of their sessions they have already paid for? I.e., clients who jumpstart at the beginning of the year but become unresponsive or stop showing up to sessions. I'll be completely honest with you. Like, those clients, I don't chase those clients. I don't. And I'm sure this has happened to all of us. Like, January is around the corner. You will get a lot of people that's like on their new year, new me kick, right? If they have paid for your program and they're not showing up, that is really, that's on them. Typically I reach out 1 to 2 times. Like, if I have a client, I'll give you an example. And she actually ended up coming back to me twice and quitting twice within like four weeks, because her mindset just was not on par. Anywho, she missed, I believe it was like her 3rd or 4th session. And I texted her, hey, check and see if you're coming. No response. I'll give it a day. I'll check in again. If I don't get a response, I leave it. Because if you have to chase down that client, their mindset isn't ready for that anyway. Like, you don't want clients that you have to chase down. I have been there. I have done it. It's frustrating. It sucks. But two things. You have to ask yourself, like, were there signs of them not being dedicated in the beginning? Because there are always signs. Like, I'm speaking in hindsight now, because I've done this for a good amount of time. I'm able to pinpoint those signs, like, oh, that person isn't, she's not going to stick around, right? So you kind of know. But also, what are you within your program? Like, are you holding them accountable every day? Are you checking in with them every day to make sure that they're eating what they're supposed to eat, they're getting their workout done, you're encouraging them throughout the day? Like, how is your program set up? How many touch points are you having with them throughout the day, throughout the week? Maybe that's something. And it sounds like the client that you're talking about, they just kind of disappear. But it is something that you can keep in mind, moving forward, to help you retain those clients. Like, you want to make sure that they know you're going to hold them accountable. Because if you don't, then it's easier for them to just kind of fall off the wagon. How many days worth of meals do you provide in a typical meal plan? So I do a weekly meal plan, and I give them breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Most of my clients are on a weight loss plan. So it's 3 meals a day. I only have 2 clients that are in a weight gain, a muscle gain journey. And so they have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and at least one snack in between breakfast and lunch, or between lunch and dinner. Is this going to be readjustment? Yes, there will be a replay. You said you charged $2K for, no, not $2K a month. So $2K for 12 weeks, so for 3 months. Some clients do pay up front. I also offer like monthly, so they can break that up monthly. It really, again, that's a whole other webinar that we can go over, like sales and how to do that. But it really depends. You have to speak to your potential client and really understand like what their needs are to know what you need to offer. But I've had both. I've had people pay up front. I've had people go onto payment plans. Okay, I think I missed a question. I think I answered everyone's questions. If you have more questions, keep them coming. These are really, really good questions. Thank you for following me, Ariel. I will definitely follow you back. Yeah, I think I got through all the questions. Yes, absolutely, Julian. You can message me. Any of you, if you have any more questions, you can send me messages. I welcome talking to people on social media. So absolutely. Trying to find my way around the app. Absolutely, no problem. This was a pleasure. I love this. And to be even more transparent, this is out of my comfort zone. Like, although I talk to people like on a daily basis, one-on-one, like, you know, having this amount of people and just talking about what I do is new for me. So thank you all for like being super engaged, and I'm glad that this helped. Like, I never knew that me starting this 5 years ago, like I would be able to share my experience and help other coaches. So thank you. I'm truly humbled and grateful. So thank you.